Hi, good morning. This is Fred Henning from outofboxwealth.org. I hope you're having a blessed day and you and your family are doing well. And today I wanted to talk about the idea, we could even call it philosophy, the mentality, even the religion of the idea that humans are evil and they deserve to be punished. The idea of original sin. And that idea is extremely destructive. Even if people are living in one of the highest awareness of self-esteem, still having any type of influence, which if you are alive right now and you are carrying DNA of our more current ancestors, that DNA being more active than the ancient DNA, then it applies to you. And just to let you know, everything that you experience, you should take it and examine it and study it, research it, find out where its origin is, find out if it's true, and find out if it is an app that you want running in your life. Is it a program that you want running in your system? Is it a mentality that you want to practice? And the idea of original sin and the idea of humans being evil is in relation to the timeline of humanity, which if you study current archaeology, you will find out is a lot longer and a lot older than we've been led to believe. Anyone who wants to plot that line back a little bit further, just Google Göbekli Tepe. Göbekli Tepe. It's an ancient site that was discovered in Turkey, and it dates back not just thousands of years, but several thousands of years. I don't want to misquote right now, but I think it's several 100,000 years ago. So the idea that humans are evil and they deserve to be punished because of original sin is a recent idea. It's a new idea in comparison to the length of the human timeline. And when you go back to ancient humanity, I mean ancient humanity that goes back beyond the understanding and the influence that most of us have been led to believe through the public system, through the mainstream system. When you go back further, you discover that there was a longer time of human existence without any war than our current existence with the war that we are experiencing and the struggle that we are experiencing right now. For the longest length of the human timeline, humans were focused on ascension. In other words, the earth was a place that the human spirit entered to better themselves, to enlighten themselves, to learn something about matter through spirit, or something about spirit through matter even, it goes both ways, that could aid them in ascending, in becoming a higher being, in having an ability, and having a mindset, and having an basic understanding of the manifestation of matter and how the human spirit can basically through the body in the earth experience be an interface to manifest matter. And that was the focus all the way up until the modern era. And you can find evidence in many ancient records. There are ancient records out there, and if it's something that you seriously, truly want to discover, you'll find it. It's out there. All the information is out there. It's out there for you to find. All you have to do is start looking for it. And when you find it and you discover it and you understand that what we're here for is right now primarily being manipulated and controlled by a mindset that is artificial, that has been created. It's been fashioned in a manner that the few can control the many for the purpose of the few's benefit. Now, I would like to say again, we don't want to pass judgment, or we're not going to pass blame against anyone until we are in a situation where we're trying to run the world. We can't make any judgment on decisions that people have made in the past. And sometimes people make decisions out of fear, and there's lots of influence. So what we do for ourselves in order to, remove a lot of static, and we certainly don't want to be into the area of judgment. When you're in the area of judgment, it usually can just put you into victim mentality, and victim mentality is disempowering, and it's just a slippery slope. But it goes hand in hand with the idea that humans or humanity is evil. And it's an ancient thought, the idea that humans are evil and they deserve to be, eternally punished and eternally tortured and tormented, started with the Greeks. It's a Greek idea. It's not an ancient idea. It's a Greek idea. And it was adopted on down the line until this time and imposed upon people for whatever purpose they thought. But it's not the original teaching. It's not the original understanding, and it's not the original programming. But just think how harmful it is. If underneath everything is an understanding and a belief, an idea that, you're bad and you deserve to be punished, it turns into so many self-destructive ideas, thoughts, programs, and beliefs that prevent you from, achieving your authentic self, from being your authentic self. But just know that we didn't come into this world with that programming. Even though our DNA has received it through past generations, that code is there. There's also the ancient code that we can choose to activate, that we can choose to connect with. First of all, you have to understand, that maybe some things that you believe or have been led to believe simply are not true. They're just simply not true. And if you will give yourself the advantage, if you'll give yourself just the blessing, if you'll give yourself just the benefit of the doubt of just questioning whether it's possible or not, that can lead you on a path of self-discovery and self-liberation from simple mindsets that are blocking you from experiencing your own best good. And there's all type of fear programming, there's all type of fear understanding, and it stops people, it prevents people from achieving their own fulfillment. And it makes you think that, even sometimes that being happy is bad. And, there's a scripture that says that, in the end times they'll call bad evil, they'll call good evil and evil good. And, we tend to think that that's always some extreme thing, but, maybe you're good and you're calling yourself evil, but you're not. You're not evil. You are actually good. And when you, get down to the bare essence of everyone just wants to be happy. Everyone just wants to live a good life. Everyone just wants to experience happiness in life. Some are a little bit, manipulated and twisted in different ways that, what they consider good is harmful to others and themselves. But the innate desire to experience good, to be good to others, it's inherent in everyone. And when you recognize that that is there and that you're not evil, it's an ancient Hindu practice to teach that the flesh is evil, and that the only way a person can have freedom is to be liberated from the flesh, or to punish the flesh, or to and that's not even an original Hindu idea. It's one that came later. And what you find is that there were true avatars, there were true enlightened people, there were true enlightened beings, there were true manifestations of Christ consciousness throughout the timeline, And they did communicate and teach and pass the truths of being on to us all. And then later on, what happened is that you had governments, you had rulers that took those ideas and twisted them so that they could use them to control the masses. And again, we're not going to judge them. They did it for whatever reason they decided to do it. But the purpose of this talk is to let you know, to give you the understanding that there is a different path. There is an I am within you that is original, that is pure, that is perfect, that is connected to source and everyone else around us. It is pure creative spirit, and that is who you truly are. You are not some wretched being that even though you are wretched, amazing grace is here to save you anyway, but you're still wretched. It's just terrible that the things that have been passed down to us. So I would encourage you to be in pursuit of the truth. Yeshua said, know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. And it doesn't matter where that truth comes from. There is true teaching, there is true understanding, there is true gospel. It is there for you to discover and to apply to yourself and to set yourself free from anything that is simply not true. And I just am really, really happy to share this understanding with you so that you can begin right now on that path and follow it to your own highest good, to your own authentic self, to your own unconditional loving experience. Love, peace, and blessing to you. Blessing, shalom to you and your family. Genothi Seyutan, know yourself. Namaste.